In this video, I will demonstrate some of the new features and improvements in Wiring Planner 2.0. On this diagram, I have two connectors, and if I go to my library to the Cables and Conductors folder, and if I select a cable, for example, this one with 6 conductors, we've made it much easier to apply multiple cores on a diagram. So if I select the first conductor and drag it onto the diagram, now you'll see that my pointer shows the ID of the conductor that has been selected. In this case, it's the black conductor. So if I click from one point to the next, it connects it. Now it automatically queues to the next conductor, which is the blue conductor. And I can easily place it. And then it continues on to the next conductor. However, at any point I can press the down or up arrow to scroll through the remaining conductors to pick one that is out of sequence. We've also improved the way that moving contacts works. If I want to reposition contact 5, I simply click and drag. When I do, there's a faint number 5 that appears in blue, and it shows where that contact will be placed. And in this case, when I drop it, it will be inserted in that position, and any contacts below it will be moved down to accommodate it. Also, the place where I took it from, rather than closing up, will remain as a blank space, and the reason for that is because it helps prevent movement of existing wires. So for example, if I want to move 2 and I move it into this blank space, then it moves that contact and it does not push 3 and 4 and potentially cause rerouting issues. Wiring Planner allows you to have multiple diagrams open at any given time, and at times that can be confusing because you may not know right off which project a given diagram belongs to. But now we have added the project name in the title bar. So whatever diagram you select, the project that it is a part of will appear in the title bar. Wiring Planner 2.0 now makes it possible to add an image to a graphical symbol. If I right-click my Symbols folder and select Add Templates Graphical Symbol, and then double-click that new graphical symbol, I open the component editor. And now in the component editor, there's this icon which is Add Image. If I click it, I can select an image such as this angle of attack vane. I can resize it using the handles and the corners and use Control as a constraint key to maintain the aspect ratio. I can also rotate it, and then I can add conductor attach points. So in this way, I can use a pre-existing image and add conductor attach points and name those points. And now I'm going to rename this. Now if I create a part out of that, and I'll place it either in a library or directly in my project, and then I can place it on my diagram. And clearly it's out of scale. I should have made it much smaller, but then I can also connect wires to each of the conductor attach points. Another useful tool that we have added is the Restructure tool. I can right-click on any project and then select Restructure, and under that menu we can delete unused model components. And what that does is that it searches through the project and finds any component that is not on a diagram, and it deletes it. New to Wiring Planner 2.0 is the Notes field. Every component, whether it's in a library or in a project, now has a Notes field. So if I select this Navcom 1 and scroll down in the Properties window, there's a Notes field. And I can use this Notes field for whatever I want. I can enter text, describing something about that component. And then I can right-click, edit label properties, and select the notes field. And when I do, it adds the text that I entered, and I can move it to any position. And finally, in Wiring Planner 2.0, we've added preferences. There are application preferences that apply to all projects, and I select that by clicking Edit Preferences. So general preferences so far include the length unit. So we can select as a preference for this installation units of length that are centimeters, meters, feet, or inches. There's also preferences for labels. And so for each of these component types, I can select a font size and font color and background as the default. If I go to my project and go to project settings, I can select units or label properties that will override the application preferences.